Hi, this is Mani, SC at PICA 8. So today we will be talking about network monitoring with PicOS using SNMP version 3. So network monitoring with PicOS, basically we support private MIB as well as standard network monitoring MIBs. What do I mean by private MIB? So, anything related with chassis, we have a PicOS private MIB for that. If you look at our documentation, you will be able to see that under SNMP configuration, you would see private MIB. Basically, things like, fan speed, fan failure, anything that is switch related, it is in the private MIB. All other MIBs are standard MIBs. So if you look at the PICA 8 data sheet for PicOS, all the standard MIBs are listed there. Pretty much whatever is supported for networking, most of it is supported in PicOS. So, these are some of the standard MIBs that are supported in PicOS. So that is the MIB support for network monitoring. PicOS pairs nicely with open source network monitoring solutions, as well as it works with all non-open source major network, product solutions out there. So whether it's open source or not open source, it works well with both. But with open source, you might be able to quickly get up and running. In terms of use cases, it falls into two buckets. The first one is anything related with network health, whether it's, disk space going low or link going down, anything related with health, you would be able to monitor it. The other part is performance related, network performance related. You could see the bandwidth usage, error rates of, particular interface. You can monitor those. So these are the two main use cases. And in terms of SNMP version 3, we support SNMP version 3. These are the main features of SNMP v3. It has message integrity. It uses hashing algorithms to make sure the packet is not tampered during transit. There is an authentication mechanism, so only valid user is allowed to communicate between the network management solution and the switch. And then it has privacy. It supports different encryption mechanism. So let us look at the security levels. SNMP version 3 offers 3 security levels. The first one is no auth, no prov. That is the name of the security level. Basically, it authenticates based on username, and it's not encrypted. The second one is called auth, no prov. It uses MD5 or SHA hash algorithms for authentication, and again, no encryption is used. The third one, which is the best practice, in terms of security level, this is what you want to use, called auth prov. You can configure MD5 or SHA, and we offer 3 types of encryption, cyber codes. You could use any of these ones. 3 DES, AES-128, and then DES. Like any of these cipher blockchaining, you can configure, and the messages between the switch and the server will be used with this encryption. So now let us look at the configuration. So the first line, auth prov security level is used. Then you would, use the username and the group. This is the username and group that you have configured or in the network management server. Then you have the MIB view permission you have to configure. Basically, we are doing a read view of the MIBs. So that's what these two lines are. The next one is authentication mechanism. So we are using MD5, and then we have an authentication key. So main thing to note here, this key has to be exactly same what you configured in the network management server. Otherwise, you won't be able to communicate between the switch and the network manager. And same thing goes with encryption. Here we chose DES, cipher block chaining mechanism for encryption. And the key, this is same as what we used in the network monitoring server. So let me show you what I have. So I put those, 8 lines of code. Already we have configured a switch. So once you have this, you are ready to test. So let us do verification. So first part of verification is you can quickly verify using a SNMP MIB-walk. So we are using version 3, and the username and group are given here. Authentication, auth-priv, that is the security level. Then authentication, we are using MD5 mechanism with the key, and then the encryption, we are using DES with the key. And here is the IP address of my switch. So I'm running this from the network monitoring server. So I'm giving my switch IP, and all the MIB, each MIB has many, well-defined OIDs. So this is a OID that gives you the switch model. You could use this to test it or anything else. So before even I integrate, add the templates for monitoring various things in the switch, first thing I would do is run this, which is very simple to do once you configure the switch. So let us do that. I'm going to my network monitoring server, and I'm running the command that I was telling you, and the switch model is 3048. If I'm looking in the switch, that is exactly the switch models. So, within few seconds after I configured these commands, I was able to validate the communication is using the proper authentication keys and it's encrypted. Everything is working fine. Then what I would do is go and configure add the switch in the network, network monitoring server, and then you use the templates, whatever MIPS you want to monitor, right? So I'm not going to go through in that is part of network monitoring administration. So your network monitoring admin would know how to add templates. These are all standard templates, which OIDs you need to monitor, and it will give you results in runtime. So I have configured all these in a XAVIX, which is a open source network monitoring solution. So I'm seeing, real-time data here. So I chose the switch. These are all, I'm filtering instead of showing, 1,000 things we are monitoring. I am currently drilling down into one specific thing. So I selected the switch, and then I selected, like I'm interested to look at the memory, and I put some name. So anything on that, MIB definition has a free, like in memory, anything that says free, it will be shown. So here I'm showing you the total RAM free. I can look at the graph, like, last value it got is 1.14 GB memory is currently available. And I look at graph, so this is the available memory right now. A while back it was 1.14, and it's, currently at this value. So you will be able to see these, it is still within 1.14 GB, from the time we started. So from that time onwards, you can use network, monitoring server to monitor your network. So that's a quick, demo of how PicOS is used for monitoring, network monitoring of PicOS switches. Thank you.